shoulders up, take the arms and the center up.
Now, do you want to give the, let me turn this.
As we start
Wait.
here, tell me when we're on.
You're on.
Make sure the arms always first start from the center, the lower center, up through the back, and then out shoulder, elbow, wrist, hands. But you must always start it here, up through the back. Whatever arms you do. So it doesn't just do arms. You always start here, impulse from the center, and up through the back, and out through the joints. To make it stronger, you use each joint but less. To make it softer, especially for the lady, you go through each joint more. Even bringing arms down, center, shoulder, elbow, wrist, hands. So it's always through the whole body, so this doesn't just freeze. Keeping this point at the back always far or further back than the arms, never doing this. And I'll say never because there's exceptions at a very, very high level, but we really don't want to do that for quite some time. So, for the ladies' part, I'm trying to remember this here.
Left foot is twinkle.
So keep looking at each other. She takes her arms up through second, this arm up through fifth, then this arm back through the S as this arm goes through the X position here.
And then the grapevine.
The grapevine. And then as you turn, your S position arms, and then open. And then I don't remember what's next.
That's okay. And then Jerry's part.
Jerry, he's going to keep focused on her also. He's going to take the arms up through second. He's in activity position. And then when he does a turn, he goes with S, and then second again. Here again, activate in the back. And then on to his next section.
Okay. Now,
do you like those?
Yeah.
So then when Jerry comes forward here, I gave him, this is a suggestion. Here again, the back, it's very back. My hand releases towards her. And then he does his step, I think. So that's when he does this. And then he goes into that swivel action, I believe, So the arms are always very aware of their pathways and always emanate from the center and the back. Never just here. So very often, I'll give you the arms on tape before you have them here. I'm going to give you a series of arm pathways to go through. And if you practice those pathways, activity position, base position, first position, second, just these two are just like ballet, making sure the elbows don't drop, make sure that it's like a shoulder, an elbow, a marble could roll from the shoulder, elbow, wrist, and off the hand. See, so it's always that back very activated. Fifth position, X position, W position, Y position, and S position in either direction. And those pathways, if you just keep going through those, you can create any sort of arm for male or female, making sure that you really practice the understanding of those pathways. We talked about the three parts of creating a line. Vertical, create space, and then shape. You have another one you just did in the choreography you just did, where she comes here. Vertical, create space. Vertical, create space, and then shape. Same concept there. Incidentally, if you do a ronde, which I saw you had in one of your routines, vertical, create space, keep creating space, not from up here, down here, create space, more, keep going, much more. Create space, and then shape, ronde. Now when you shape, you have to keep that same distance. This is a hard one, the ronde, but I just want to, so let him do the rotation. Vertical, create space, shape. So everything has a lot more freedom to it and dancing away from the common center, so it's not held. Concept?
Put the lady's head going forward into the rotations and
so the lady's head, her head weight shouldn't be back. It should be like a double helix, I keep saying. Forward diagonal towards a man's elbow. As I relax that, it looks out, but it's not actually this way. So even when she does some open arm things, not this way, keep forward.
do the 2 double reverse spins with the arms.
Okay. So the first one I suggested having open in front and then softening them around the man's face to the second one. So that it isn't just staying up here. Everything I'm doing is making sure this part here is full in the back arms, never this feeling. Say it again?
Okay. Applies to both.
You have to go through creating a line. So you come up here, vertical, create space. You have one more step, I'm sorry. Okay, and actually I do that. You just bring your arm up, leg up, and now try to create your space away from it. And let me keep going. Now dance into my hand, dance into my hand, keep dancing away into my hand. Thank you. So right now what she's doing is she's trying to just be like a ballerina on one point. But even when I teach advanced ballet dancers now, I try to get them to use what I call off balance rather than, or balance within a partnership and not individual balance. So when she does that, she should dance into, whatever the connection is to the man, dance into his hand here, and she goes around. Keep dancing into the hand. As opposed to just try to stay here. Do you feel the difference?
Go around the pole.
That's right. And in a way you still do because it's an axis line, but what you should do instead is you should take your hip weight away from that and then keep equidistant away from that pole, rather than hold it. Try that again. So what I'm having her do is dance into his connection, so you can feel the connection's actually easier than harder. Did you feel that when you did? So it doesn't feel like just...
Okay.
So I don't have to be tight there.
This one is a total.
And then we can do this space and go into whatever step is next. Nice, isn't it?
Okay.